Hello there, welcome to this video on rapid arpeggios. Everything I say is going to be done in the right hand, but it can always be applied to the left hand because it's of course the same theory. The dissection philosophy, which I like to discuss often, means that you take a problem and you break it down into easier and easier components. In this case, I'm going to start at the bottom of that and build up. So it starts with the thumb, because most often the thumb is going to be the one that has to do the octave jump, and that's the first thing here. Octave jump. If you don't have a good octave jump, you can't play rapid arpeggios, going up or going down, of course, and both hands. Again, everything I say in the right hand applies to the left. So the first exercise is this. You're going to just nice and slowly, because precision comes from slow practice. Dexterity comes from faster practice. You're going to just play a note in a realistic place. So don't go all the way down here with the right hand, because it's never going to be down there. You can go all the way up here if you want to, or in the left hand, don't go all the way up here because it's never going to be there. So be realistic about hand position. So let's start maybe an octave below middle C. And you're just going to, you don't need the pedal for this, I'll move my foot away. And you're just going to play, very simply, 2 notes each time on an octave, but you're going to change the note. You can do this with your eyes closed if you really want to develop the precision very quickly. You can do this chromatically, you can go around the cycle of fourths. So C would go to F. I always recommend drilling the cycle of fourths just to get used to the sequence because it appears a lot in chord progressions. A flat, D flat, etc. So you can just go around how you want or just play random notes. That's just going to get your arm used to what it feels like to play an octave with the thumb. Of course, I'm going to talk about descending the descending part of rapid arpeggios afterwards, but that will include the same exercise with the ring finger, which might be on a chord like A flat 7. The ring finger is the one that has to do the jump. See, I didn't do it, that wasn't very precise because I've never done it all the way down there before. So be realistic about the positioning. So that's a nice exercise to do. And like I say, do it with the ring finger just to get used to it. And the little finger as well for many chords. So that's going to take hours and hours of doing it until it feels completely natural. And with your eyes closed, I know you can't, of course, see my eyes, but I promise my eyes are closed. That's a B flat. I'll just go down to the A flat, which is about here. E. I can just feel it. And honestly, that was with my eyes closed. So I've been doing this for 25 years, so I can feel an octave very, very well. So that's the first exercise, playing just a note twice, just so you're not rushing. Very, very useful. And again, you can do it with both hands if you want to. So the left hand will be the little finger. And then you can kind of confirm to yourself that you really can feel that octave a bit more confidently because you're doing it with 2 hands. But you're not thinking about 2 hands, you're just moving the hand to where it needs to be, or the fingers to where they need to be. Eyes closed again is very useful. So after that, of course, you're going to just go to the next level, which would be to just do it once, but a bit more repetitively. So because you have already done that more slowly with 2 notes, giving you a bit more of a breather, you're now going to do it with just once. And of course, you can jump around like this, etc. B flat this time. So I did it twice there. If you can do that with the metronome, it's useful as well, because you'll find what I call the natural limit. But if I touch the metronome, I'll lose the audio. It ruins the piano audio. So imagine there's a click, 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 and it's at about 120. Just see if you can do it with that click, jumping around in octaves. And again, this will be a few hours of practice to really feel it over a week or 2. But it will come very quickly. You'll just feel it naturally. So once you've done that, you're going to add 1 note extra, and you're just going to do 1 octave. So you're going to do the octave jump, but you're going to add 1 note. So we'll just take a major triad, do it in the key of C. I'll demonstrate in different keys, of course. So you're going to add, so you're very comfortable with this. You're not rushing, you're doing it slow, steady persistence to get the precision. The dexterity comes from the speed, precision comes from slow practice. So you're used to that. And now you're just going to add the 3rd. You could do a minor if you want, you can play any chord. I'll just do it with majors. Like that. You can play that at any timing. It's just getting your hand used to the idea that after that big jump, the index is going to have to do something. Just like that. Of course you're going to do it like this afterwards, but I'm just getting you used to the octave jump first. and then you'll add the 5. And you can do it up to 3 octaves or 4. So you're just doing like this. And again, descending, it will be the middle finger on this occasion down to the G. So you will have done lots of middle finger practice on any note. Then you put it into this. But your arm is tuned to that octave distance. It's the same thing when you're playing in octaves, when you're playing anything. The fingers just fall onto that octave. It just feels like an octave. And you do that with your eyes closed as well, of course. Do it with like chords like this, just to drill the octave shape anywhere. It's just chromatically, it's just a nice thing to do. You just feel the octave. So on the way down, what chord are we doing? C. Then going up, down. I guess you do it that way actually, first one. Etc. But don't go too low, of course. So you're just building it up slowly. So now you're going to put the 3 notes down here and only stop at the octave. Do this staccato without the pedal and do not do it legato because it's too lazy. That if you can do it staccato, you can naturally do it legato. You want to do so many repetitions of this. 5,000 maybe, A flat. But you have to understand that this is only happening, it only sounds pretty and musical because of that octave jump that you've got used to. See, this and this is irrelevant to the octave jump. See, it's the thumb, which is making the precision for the next chord an octave higher to take place, D. And if you want to, put a 7 in there, or a 6, or play a minor 7, play a different chord type, I'll do minor 7. These fingers know what the chord is. It's not about these fingers. These are already precise because they know what the chord is. Let's try F major 7. It doesn't matter what the top note is. It could be the octave. It really doesn't matter. It could be a 6. It doesn't matter what top note is because it's the thumb octave or whatever finger it is on the way down. So that's where it's going to come into the precision. No, the dexterity part. You want to get this very fast. So you're gonna move from staccato. You're still going to play staccato, but this is interesting. This is the other thing I want to talk about. It's quite interesting. Often, when people are playing quickly, there's a sluggishness. There's a kind of, you can really feel a kind of heaviness. But I have a lightness. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter what the... So I'm not thinking about each finger's weight moving. I'm not like playing in this kind of like heavy, rigid way. There's a kind of... It's just loose. I'm just playing with the fingertips all the time. There's lots of sliding. I'm just gracing over the notes. So you want to do that with this. So instead of going, because you'll begin in a sluggish, heavy way. I'll do an F6 chord. You'll start heavy. You can almost hear the notes individually. Bom, 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 bom. It's not a bad thing, but I don't mean it like that. They're sluggish. But you want it to be... Do you see what there's a difference? If I do it quickly, but the notes are very heavy, like they're wearing heavy boots, it's quick, but it's heavy. But lightly, it's quicker. And coming down from the D, it'll be the D on the ring finger this time. So just try to get used to changing from being heavy to... Do you hear the difference? Hopefully it's coming through. It's more graceful, it's more slippery almost. I don't know what the word is. Let's do a nice chord like, what would you C minor 7? So that's going to be a black note on on the top, the B flat, but it doesn't matter. It's a C octave jump. So I'm not going. If I do it quickly, you'll hear it clunky. You don't want that. You want it to be... instead of... See, it's too heavy and too clunky, even if it sounds quick. You need an elegance. And this is the last exercise where you're going to go 2 octaves, and you're going to do that, and you're going to add it on top, so it sounds like 1. Instead of going, which is a nice exercise, you just stop, do it again, stop, do it again, or doing it descending. So that's nice. That's a really great place to get to. But now you're going to do it quickly up and down, but without stopping. You see, now there's no clunkiness in that. Well, I don't miss any of the notes. See that octave jump there? If you put that in slow motion, my ring finger just lands on there. And then the other fingers just come in because they know where to go. It doesn't matter what the chord is, whole diminished, minor 6, or augmented, 7, doesn't matter what it is. So, if you can do that with the left hand as well, of course. I have to be careful with my tripod. That's the reason I don't want to do it too much on the left hand. Try minor 7, A minor 7. It's a little finger up to the A. Again, it's not clunky. I can't even do it clunky. It's not very nice. It doesn't feel right. It's just too heavy, and like, I can feel the weight in my hand. It just feels really heavy. It just doesn't feel nice. But that feels nice. And coming down, it'll be the thumb on the G. A on the A, little finger on the A on the way up, and G on the way down. So, okay, A minor 7. You get the idea. I just can't do too much because of the tripod. But of course, my favourite, it is my style. It doesn't matter what the hand is. So that's what you want to do. That's what we're aiming for. Both hands eventually going. But with that kind of nice, you can do it together or open. So both hands are having to do the octave jump. Very, very nice. That's it. That is all you have to do. It's that octave jump, octave jump, octave jump. Do it slowly for the precision. It's going to take hours and weeks until you really feel that octave everywhere. Doesn't matter what the note is because it's all the same distance. And just, like I say, I was doing this in the practice rooms at school 22 years ago, 23 years ago. I was doing this for like 10 minutes. Well, I used the wrong finger there. But you can also do that, of course. And then you just come to that more fluent feeling. I'm not trying to show off. I'm really not. I'm just saying it's because I'm not doing it in a clunky way. I'm just letting the fingers be freer. I'm playing with my fingertips. So that octave jump, that's the only reason it sounds good. The octave jump, the octave jump, the octave jump, the octave jump. That's it. If you watch it in slow, it doesn't matter what the chord is. Again, D6. If you slow that down, you'll see I'm getting the octave jump exactly, and the ring finger is playing the the B, and it lands on it, and the rest of the chord comes into play. So that's where it really, really comes from. So you don't just sit down and expect to do it in 5 minutes. It's that octave jump like that. Just get yourself to that point, and then add another one, and then do it quicker, and then try to do it as quickly as you can with a metronome. And your fingers are just going to feel really good when you do it. It just feels really, really nice. This is a really, really nice thing to be able to do. So there you go. Hopefully that little deep dive has been of use to you. Thanks for the request. And there you go. As always, likes, comments, subscriptions are always welcome. Have a look at my video management website, Walls, Pianism Syllabus, that's Patreon, and all my playlists. And I'll see you in the next video. All the best. And bye for now.